I want to tell you about the sound that ended my life. It wasn't a gunshot. It wasn't a scream. It wasn't a car crash. It was the sound of a paper envelope sliding across a granite countertop. Shh, just a soft, sliding sound. I was 51 years old. I was sitting right here, drinking my coffee, checking my email on my phone. My wife, Ellen, walked into the kitchen. She looked calm, too calm. She placed the envelope in front of me. She didn't slam it. She didn't cry. She just set it down gently, like you would set down a plate of cookies. "What's this?" I asked, without looking up from my phone. "Read it, Tom," she said. I opened it. Petition for dissolution of marriage. Divorce papers. I laughed. I actually laughed. I thought it was a mistake. I thought it was some kind of legal error. "Is this a joke?" I asked. I looked at her, really looked at her, and for the first time in 20 years, I saw a stranger. Her eyes were dry. There was no anger in them. There was just nothing. The light was gone. The fight was gone. She said, "I'm leaving, Tom. The movers are coming on Thursday." I stood up. My face got hot. "Leaving? Why? Is there someone else?" "No." "Did I hit you? Did I gamble away our money? Did I drink?" "No." "Then what is it, Ellen? Look around you. Look at this house. Look at your car. I gave you everything. I worked my fingers to the bone for this family. What more could you possibly want?" She looked at me with a sadness that felt like a physical weight in the room. She said, "Tom, you gave me a house. You gave me a car. You gave me a credit card. But you never gave me you." And then she walked out of the room. That was 24 years ago, and I am still sitting here, in this big, expensive house, trying to understand what happened. I want to talk to the men out there, the husbands, the providers. I want to talk to the guys who think that love means paying the bills, because that's what I fought. I was raised to believe that a man's job is to protect and provide. If the fridge is full, if the lights are on, if the kids have braces, if the wife has a nice vacation once a year, then I have done my job. I am a good husband. I treated my marriage like a business. I was the CEO. Ellen was the COO. The kids were the employees. As long as the company was profitable, I assumed the morale was high. I assumed that because I was bringing home the kill, the paycheck, the bonus, the stock options, that I was the hero of the story. But I missed the signs. Oh, there were signs, but I was too busy providing to see them. I remember when Ellen used to ask me to go for walks. "Tom, let's go for a walk after dinner, just around the block." I would say, "I can't, honey. I'm exhausted. I have to answer these emails, maybe this weekend." But the weekend would come, and I would be on the golf course with a client, or I would be decompressing in front of the TV. I remember when she used to come into my office and just sit there. "What do you need?" I would ask, annoyed. "Nothing," she would say. "I just wanted to be near you." And I would sigh, a heavy, irritated sigh. "Ellen, I'm trying to focus here. Can you give me an hour?" She would leave, quietly. I thought she was being needy. I thought she was nagging. I told my friends, my wife, she just doesn't understand the pressure I'm under. I didn't realize that she wasn't asking for money. She was asking for water. She was emotionally dehydrated. She was dying of thirst in a desert. And I was standing there holding a bucket of sand, money, saying, "Look at all this sand I brought you. Why aren't you happy?" You see, a woman, or a man for that matter, doesn't leave a marriage overnight. It happens in slow motion. It happens in the quiet moments. It happens every time she tries to tell you about her day, and you keep scrolling on your phone. It happens every time she asks for a hug, and you give her a pat on the back. It happens every time she says, "I'm lonely," and you say, "How can you be lonely? The kids are here. The dog is here." She wasn't lonely for people. She was lonely for me. She wanted to be seen. She wanted to be heard. She wanted to feel like she mattered more than the quarterly report. When the divorce papers came, I tried to fix it. I went into panic mode. I bought her flowers, giant bouquets. I booked a trip to Hawaii, first class. I bought her a diamond necklace. I did what I always did. I tried to buy my way out of the problem. She didn't want the flowers. She didn't want the trip. She looked at the diamond necklace and said, "Tom, this is beautiful, but it's cold. I can't talk to a necklace. A necklace can't hold my hand when I'm scared." She left, and when she left, the silence in this house was deafening. I had the 5,000 square feet. I had the theater room. I had the pool, but I had nobody to share it with. I realized then that a house is not a home. A house is just a pile of wood and brick. A home is a feeling. A home is a person, and I had driven my home away. I spent the next 10 years angry. I was the victim. How could she leave me after all I did for her? But slowly, the anger turned into clarity. I started to replay the tapes of our marriage. I saw myself at dinner, not asking her a single question. I saw myself on vacations, checking the stock market, while she watched the sunset alone. I saw myself dismissing her feelings as drama. And I realized she didn't leave me at 51. She left me at 35. She left me at 40. She left me at 45. She left me in little pieces, day by day, until there was nothing left but the shell of a wife. The divorce papers were just the funeral. The death had happened years ago. Gentlemen, listen to me. If your wife is complaining, if she is nagging you, if she is asking for more time, more help, more attention, celebration, that is good news. It means she is still fighting for you. It means she still believes there is something worth saving. Be terrified of the day she stops complaining. Be terrified of the day she stops asking you for walks. Be terrified of the silence, because silence means she has given up. Silence means she has started to plan her exit. Silence means she has learned to live without you, while you are still sitting right there. I would give anything to have Ellen nag me one more time. I would give every dollar in my bank account to have her interrupt my work just to tell me a stupid story about her friend. I would give this entire house just to sit on the couch and hold her hand and watch a movie I hate. But I can't. She is remarried now. She is happy. I saw them once at the grocery store. Her and her new husband. He isn't rich. He drives a beat-up truck. He wears flannel shirts. But they were laughing. He was looking at her like she was the only person in the room. He was holding her hand over the handle of the shopping cart. He was giving her the one thing I withheld. He was giving her his attention. And in that moment, in the cereal aisle, I realized I was the poorest man on earth. Don't be me. Don't wait for the envelope to slide across the table. Go home tonight. Put the phone in the drawer. Look at your wife. Look at your husband. Ask them, "How are you? Really?" And then shut up and listen. Listen with your eyes. Listen with your heart. Provide for them, yes. Pay the bills, yes. But remember that the most expensive thing you can give them is free. It costs you nothing but your time. But if you don't give it, it will cost you everything. Attention is love. Presence is love. Everything else is just decoration. Don't wait until 51 to figure this out. Don't wait until the house is empty. Love her now.